Why won't you go away? Okay. So I've kind of been putting off talking about this because I've been doing my full moon-a-thon. You're getting this video right away. It's going to be released to the public right away. I've been doing a full moon-a-thon. I got one movie left, so I figured, hey. Also, I've seen a bunch of posts on Facebook. I'm like, I have to talk about this because this is just getting worse and worse and worse. So you all know about my opinions of this abomination of cinema, known as Joker. It's not Joker. It's a film about a man with mental issues who dresses up like a clown and kills people and happens to live in a somewhat version of Gotham City. It's not the Joker. It follows none of the origin stuff that I've heard about in comics and movies and stuff. Joker was always the Red Hood first. Nothing. In one iteration, he was tricked into being Red Hood. Whatever. But nothing. There was none of this, to me, felt like Joker. I went to the theater to see this. Did a review. Like, it all started with the trailer, right? I did the trailer. And when I saw the trailer, I said, this doesn't feel like the Joker. I went to the movie. I said, this is not the Joker. And I gave it a second chance when I bought this Blu-ray to review it again. It should have been called Joker Revisited, but I don't know. And it still doesn't sit with me. In fact, it was worse the second time I watched it. I hate this movie. And so then, somewhat a little bit while after the movie was released and done, I was like, okay, when it was released, it's done. You got your Joker movie, whatever it is, it's done. Then there was talk about the sequel, and I'm like, what? No sequel. Let's not do a sequel. And there was murmurings. And then COVID hit. And there was nothing about it. There were still rumors that it might happen, but I thought this was one of the things where it's like, okay, they were talking about it, and now COVID's hitting, they're just like, okay, much like the third Collector film, they just scrapped it and they're not going to do it. Because, yeah, we're supposed to get the Collected this year. That's not happening. They filmed some of it, COVID hit, and it's just not going to happen again. Happen at all. And I thought, maybe that's what should happen, is that they're working on it and then COVID hit and they're like, okay, we're just not going to do this. But apparently it's moving forward and it's getting worse and worse the more I hear about it. So they want Lady Gaga to play Harley Quinn. Why would you do, why would you even try to cast a Harley Quinn when you already have a fantastic Harley Quinn in the actress whose name I can't remember right now. Margot Robbie, that's it. I just watched The Suicide Squad with my son the other day. He liked it. Nom nom. But why would you do that? You already have Margot Robbie. I know this is not getting to the DCEU. Still, this should have died after one movie. This movie, for all intents and purposes, should have fucking failed. Should have failed, but it made bank because people are stupid. Okay? And I'm not saying DC fans, but I see people praising this movie and I just don't get it. Yes, it's all subjective. It's all your personal opinion. But this movie is trash. It's not the Joker. And we're getting a sequel with Lady Gaga. And this is the worst part. It's going to be a fucking musical. Why? As if the Joker wasn't ruined enough already by making him a mental patient. I mean, he was a mental patient, but this is worse. It's not the Joker, and it makes no sense with the age of Joaquin Phoenix. And they have Bruce Wayne as a kid here. By the time Bruce Wayne becomes Batman, Joaquin Phoenix will need a Walker to be the Joker. The Joker will need a Walker. Hey, Batman. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. They should have cast someone younger if they're going to do it. Joaquin Phoenix, whatever, he's a good actor. His acting in the film, I'll give that. He deserved the Oscar. That's the one thing, good thing I will say about it. He deserved the Oscar. But he's the one good thing in the film. His acting is great. But they should have got someone younger. Someone in their 20s, 30s, in their 30s. Especially if it's an origin story, it should have been someone in their 20s. Mid-20s, at least. To do it. I don't have a specific actor in mind, but it should have been someone younger. Not someone who's like already close to 50. And by the time Batman becomes Batman, he'll be 70. I don't know. It just doesn't work. And then you got Lady Gaga. And then you got to be musical. And you're just digging that hole deeper, aren't you? Will I watch it? What? Yeah. Because I'm a whore. I'm a glutton for punishment. Because I just, at this point, it can only get worse and worse, right? And it's one of those things where it gets worse, but you want to see this train wreck, right? I got it. Like, it's like you want Lady Gaga to play Harley Quinn. Okay. Piques me just a little bit. Like, what are they gonna do? And it's like, it's gonna be a musical. Okay. What? Like, I gotta see how this pans out, but I don't know. Maybe I'll like Joker 2 or Joker whatever it's called better. Probably not. But look, this movie is so bad to me, I don't even put up my other DC stuff. And I don't do it on purpose. Just when I move the DC stuff out, I forget to grab this. That's how much I hate this, is I forget that I have it. I forget that it exists. I push it way to the back of my mind, because I have like my comic book movies that aren't in collections stacked on my dresser with my next to my TV, and this is not on there because I just don't think of it. I know a lot of people love this movie. I just don't see it, and I never will. People say, hey, give it a second watch. I did. I thought it was worse. I can't get into this movie at all. It just doesn't work. The only good thing about this movie, 5 stars, is Joaquin Phoenix's acting. But he's not acting like the Joker. He's acting like a mental patient. The Joker could be a mental patient, but it doesn't work for me. I'm just saying. And the whole ending where it wasn't... Now, here's the thing, though. The ending implied that nothing in the movie happened. He could have been in a mental institution the entire time. How does that fit in with a sequel? You're basically saying, there's going to be a sequel, so it did happen, right? And I will say this. If they make it so that Harley is his doctor talking to him, his therapist, and do it verbatim like the comics, like what we've known with Harley, her origin story and everything, it could work. But also, I just thought of this. It could also still be in his head, because in his head he turns his psychiatrist, his therapist, into someone mad like him and becomes a musical. I've seen it in many musical stuff where it's like, it was in their head the entire time. Or in the case of Scrubs, she had aneurysm, an aneurysm that caused her to have things being musicals. And like, maybe, I think in That's So Raven's musical, it was in her head the whole time, I think. But that could be an explanation for it, is that it's still just in his head. I don't know. I don't like the it was in his head the whole time theory anyway, because, like I said, another thing I liked was that the relationship between him and Zazie Bates' character, and that ended up being in his head the entire time, and that's just, okay, why we're supposed to get invested? I'm done talking about this. If more stuff comes out, of course I'm going to talk about it, but they should have let this die. You say, yes, it made money. Anything that makes money nowadays, you're going to make sequels, but this did not need a sequel. It didn't need a first movie, in my opinion, but this just needs to end. It needs to release the sequel, and then don't do any more. But you know they're gonna do more. If the second one makes bank, they're gonna do more. I don't know, but yeah, this I'm going. I'm done with the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty. I gotta go. I need alcohol. I gotta go. Bye. Just bye.